This is the 1/18th Axial Ryft that you can't buy, but you can make. And in today's video, I'll be going over everything that you need to do in order to build one of these awesome little rigs. The Axial Ryft is one of those vehicles that I just never pulled the trigger on. They've always looked very appealing to me. I've seen lots of videos on them. Kevin Talbot and some other YouTubers have them, but they're one of those vehicles that you have to buy and then put a decent amount of work and money into in order to really achieve what you want. And that's where I was browsing the internet one day and randomly came across one of these files to print on Cults 3D. I'll make sure to leave that link in the description box down below, but let me tell you, this was just something that was meant to be. I've always loved rock bouncers. Instead of music, I would actually put on Busted Knuckle films in the background and just play his videos on repeat and just have a giant playlist. So I was pretty pumped when I found this file on the internet, because let me tell you, it turned into something really cool. So without further ado, let's get this vehicle over to the bench and we'll do a breakdown on it. So I know you're probably scratching your head and saying, well, what is this truck based off of? It actually started its life as a stock Redcat Ascent 18. It was my class 0 truck, or box stock, that I had that I ran at local competitions. But after I saw the file online, I sacrificed that truck to build something absolutely awesome. It is pretty well removed from that transformation of just a regular Redcat Ascent 18 with the rock bouncer cage on it. So I'll probably end up going back and rebuilding my stock Redcat Ascent 18. But nonetheless, this is what it's based off of. The file is actually for a TRX 4M, but I actually ended up drilling out a couple of more holes in order to fit the skid plate of the Ascent 18 in there. As far as the cage goes, I printed this out of PLA filament, not PLA tough, not carbon fiber reinforced, just straight PLA. It is a little bit on the weaker side, but I was able to tweak some of the settings, which I'll also throw up on the screen right here, in order to get the print quality to the best that it possibly could. All in all, it took about 7.5 hours to print on my Bamboo Labs P1S, and I think this is probably V6 that I'm on right now, so I have 6 other of these cages that I've printed just to tweak some things and get it a little bit more suited for my personal taste. Now, unfortunately, I can't share with you guys those files because I do not exactly own them, but if you guys want to buy this file directly from the person that uploaded it to Cults 3D. Again, I'll leave their description in the box down below. For wheels and tires, I'll be using the 70mm Endura Swamp Claws. Great look to this. It definitely brings out the scaleness to the truck. And then centered in that is just a random off-brand 1.3-inch aluminum wheel that I had found on Amazon. After having the stock Ascent 18 axles on this, I decided to splurge a little bit and get myself some nice aluminum portal ones from Endura. So these are going to be the diamond axles with a, I believe, +4 or +5 millimeter extended width with the brass coating on the outside of the portal covers. So definitely well worth it. These are actually going to be for the TRX 4M and not the Redcat Ascent 18 because Enduro doesn't make the extended axles for the Ascent 18, only for the TRX 4M. I am rocking the stock Ascent 18 skid plate just to keep the weight down a little bit, keep my center of gravity about where I would like it, and plus plastic I find tends to slide a little bit easier than metal in some cases. One neat thing I was actually able to do was keep the battery tray from the Ascent 18 and drop that directly down as low as I could inside of the tube frame of the chassis, and just drilled a couple holes from the sides, and I was able to fit the full-size battery in there as low as I possibly could. Stock transmission, stock gears, but I do have some aluminum ones on the way. As far as electronics goes, I have my Spectrum SR215 receiver, and I tried something different this time. I actually went with an in-runner motor from Furitek. I have a lot of their outrunners, but I really wanted something to where I didn't have to worry about the wires catching and snagging on the outside of the case, so I went with their Cedar motor, and I'm actually pretty impressed with it. I'm still doing some testing, some tuning through the app with the Furitek Lizard Pro that I have situated in there, but overall, I'm actually pretty impressed with it. One quick thing to note while we move on to the front of the vehicle to look at the setup for the servo is that these axles actually come with a horizontally mounted servo mount, and I opted for the vertically mounted one. The issue is that that bracket does not work with these axles. I actually had to modify it. I'll show you what I mean. Typically, your servo mount would connect through and actually hold the upper links and the front right there where my finger is, but I actually had to chop off the horizontal mount on it and then very carefully drill and thread in the top mounted servo. So it definitely gives me a lot more extra room of play. I don't have to worry about it colliding with the sidewall of the chassis. So I have to say I'm pretty impressed with that, and it works pretty darn well. And the flex is pretty good, I would say. Could be a little bit better. I am running the Endura 59 millimeters on there, but overall, I'm pretty impressed. Well, I think that's enough blabbering about this truck. Let's get it outside and take it for a rip.
All right, we are back at the indoor course at the local hobby shop. This is a 18th scale and a 24 scale track, so this truck will fit right in here. One thing I did really struggle with this truck was the realism of the tires versus the practicality and usage of them on an actual track. The texture for this indoor course, these tires did struggle a little bit on it. You'll definitely see it in some of the clips. Definitely do perform a lot better outside on an outdoor course with actual rocks for these big knobby tires to actually hook onto. But nonetheless, it was super duper fun, and you can see a lot of the good articulation that this truck has and just the overall beauty of it crawling through this section of the course. One thing I definitely do need to work on a little bit more is raising or at least shaving off a little bit of section underneath the body of the frame rails. As you can see, it tends to scrape. That is due to a couple of different factors, one of them primarily being the extended length of the wheelbase that I chose in order to go for the TRX 4M high trail links. So definitely helps with vertical crawling, but as far as overcoming obstacles that might get in your way in between your tires, it's a little bit difficult. Something I am still working through is that I feel a little bit of cogginess with this truck. I'm not sure if it is the transmission, the gears, or the motor itself, but you'll notice that there's a couple times where when it gets a little bit hooked up or pinched, it does tend to cog. I was talking with some of the guys at the hobby shop. Maybe we're thinking about underdriving the transmission gears or doing something with the portal gears. It also just could be the way I have it set up in the app with the Furitek or Furicar app that you can get on your phone and hook up to the Lizard Pro. So I definitely got some stuff to play around with. I'm not too sure if this is going to be a competition crawler yet. Definitely put a lot of money and effort into it in order for it to be that, but honestly, it's just so fun to drive, and it's just so cool. It's a big head turner, I will say that. Well, guys, that is going to be it for today's video. If you did like it, please consider subscribing and give the video a thumbs up. I had an awesome time building this. Leave all your comments or questions down in the comment section down below. I'll be happy to read them and go through them. Make sure you guys stay tuned because I got some great projects coming up. I'll see y'all in the next one.